Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Vivia and I am a UX designer currently working at Google. A lot of time people ask me, how do you become a designer? And why do you choose to enter the UX field? So today I want to use this chance to actually tell you my story of my UX design journey. If it is your first time coming to my channel, this channel is a place where I share UX, design, technology, as well as career growth. And don't forget to smash up that subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. If you're already a designer, I'd like to hear your experience of becoming a designer. And if you're not a designer but want to get into design or UX, maybe this video can give you some inspiration as well. When I was a child, I liked to observe a lot of details in my day-to-day life, including the things I use every day. At that time, I always have this question in my little brain, why some products are so hard to use? I still remember my dad used to spend a whole morning trying to read through a brochure of a product in order to make sure he didn't use it in the wrong way. But I still remember a few products that is so easy to use, made my day. The delightful feeling can last for a long time. Even now when I think about it, I still can evoke that memory. On the other side, I like to build and create things using very simple materials like wood, paper, etc. When I saw people are enjoying looking at what I created or just play around with my creation, that is the moment when I feel the most satisfied. When I was at high school, I used to create a game installation using the electronic components. When I saw people smile when they were playing the installation, and they even line up to try to play again and again, that is the happiest moment in my life. I think it's the moment when my creation is attractive, delightful, and exciting to the user that made me the most satisfied. So after I graduated from my high school, one of the biggest choices I need to make is to choose a major. When I was browsing all the majors on the brochure, which is as thick as a brick, my eye stopped at one major, industrial design. It's a major that integrated technology and art to design the delightful products through mass production. Psychology, anthropology, engineering, those keywords caught my eyes, and at that moment there's a voice deep in my heart. That is the one. So I made a decision, study industrial design at University of Science and Technology Beijing. At this school, I spent half of the time learning physics, mathematics. In the meantime, I also learned painting, art history, design methodologies. I learned how design can leverage technology and try to solve the user needs through innovative ways. I gradually validated that design is my true passion, and I would like to pursue that as my career. However, at that time, I'm still having a hard time to decide which direction I'm going to go forward. Should I focus more on the physical product design, including electronic product design, transportation design, etc.? Or should I gear more towards the digital design, including web, app, UI design? Although physical design was something that I was trained the most, UI, UX design was very trendy at that time. So after I got my engineering degree, I decided to come to US and learn product design at ArtCenter College of Design. I systematically learned how can we design the user-centered product with the business strategy. I also got opportunities to solve challenges for our sponsor companies such as Adobe, Dell, Jaguar Land Rover, and Intel. These practices encouraged me to blend technology, design, innovation, business, and also research into something that can solve the real-world problems. Among all the projects that I did at ArtCenter, it's a mix of physical design as well as digital design. So usually you have a product as well as an app. At that time, we call it smart devices. We don't think too much about the distinction of physical design versus digital design. We consider them as a whole so that we could provide this ecosystem to satisfy users' needs and provide them the best user experience. During my education at school, I'm always very interested about the trend and the real situation happening in the industry. So I encourage myself to do as many internships as possible to have a better understanding of the real world and also help me to make my decision for my career. I've done 5 internships in different locations, different industries. My first company was at Media, which is one of the biggest electronic product companies in China. At there, I learned how to design electronic products and turn them into the real product through mass production. After that, I got my second internship at Lenovo, which is also a company in China that provides computers, laptops, and tablets. As a UI design intern, I adapted to the agile process on designing a native browser app that is going to be on Lenovo's tablet or smartphones. And that is the first time when my design can scale and actually help a lot of people. I also got a chance to learn how to collect data and how to make design iteration based on the data. After I come to US, I also want to learn more about the US industry. So I pursued my first internship at Embraer Executive Jet, which is in Florida. At there, I got a chance to work with a group of nice designers, also some aviation engineers. As a product design intern, my job is to design the premium flight experience within the private jet. Usually, the customers are billionaires. So a lot of time is about customization that experience for a particular person. It sounds really cool, right? Yes, indeed, the design was about like extreme luxury. However, I feel myself feeling more satisfying when my design can benefit more people. After that, I got an internship at Samsung. As an interaction design intern, I got a chance to explore some really futuristic concepts like Internet of Things, smart devices, and also AR, VR experiences. In this internship, I learned how to strike balance between better user experience and cutting-edge technology. And it's amazing to work with a group of very talented designers, engineers, scientists from MIT Media Lab. Transportation design is such a traditional culture at ArtCenter. I always got fascinated by those cool car design, so I really want to use this chance to see if I have the passion in the car industry. During my internship at Samsung, I also got an offer at Mercedes-Benz. Here, I got a chance to work with a group of very passionate and talented transportation designers. They're from Japan, Korea, US, Germany. And I learned how to apply Mercedes-Benz brand in invoking the emotion in my design, especially for the autonomous driving experience. And I learned how to convey usabilities in a very elegant ways. This experience helped me a lot in finding where I want to truly grow in my career. And all the real-world practice and interaction, communication, collaboration with cross-functional partners led me on my first full-time job, a UX designer at Google. I sometimes ask myself, did I waste my time on exploring too much things? I know I can only choose one industry at the beginning of my career. It feels a little bit like a trial and error. However, when I think about it now, I actually find a lot of time those experiences come across in the end. Some of the previous intern experience actually come across with what I do now. Really helped me to grow into a designer with the breadth and also have a broader vision. You might ask, you have done UX design, UI design, product design, industrial design. How come you finally choose the UX design? What was the reason? So here are the 3 reasons that I choose to become a UX designer, and mostly designed for digital products. The first one is opportunity. The internet is such a big thing in this new century, and our life seems to be surrounded by a lot of digital products. More and more companies see the value of good user experience design, so that opens up a lot of great opportunities for UX designer to influence the future through providing good user experience for the digital products. Relevantly, the prosper of UX actually lead to higher salary for this kind of roles. As a new grad, this is a really great chance to enter the industry and start to accumulate experience. Now, I didn't mean that digital product is the only places for us to influence the world. I do think with the technology, currently more and more hardwares are taking into place on influence people's daily life. And maybe the future is you don't really think about whether you are interacting with a physical or digital product. Everything should be seamless and you can actually interact with the whole environment. That is the ideal world in my mind. 5 years ago, when I was about to choose my career, UX does provide bigger opportunities. So that's one reason I choose to enter the UX industry. And the second point is fast-paced. Compared to the traditional industry, digital products do iterate more frequently than the other physical products due to the lower cost of iteration also the mindset of gaining early adopters. Companies, especially in Silicon Valley, practice the methodologies such as agile development or design sprint to try to get ideas out to the market quicker. However, if we look back at a jet industry, the microwave you're used might be the technology or the design from 12 years ago, because the FAA regulation is definitely strict, and in order to get approval from them, the companies need to spend a lot of money and wait for a long time to get the new things out there. So it definitely slowed down their innovation and also the frequency of iterating in this traditional industry. The car you've seen nowadays that are running on the street might be something that was designed at least 5 years ago. While for app or web, it might take 1 or 2 years to launch the design. I prefer the speed because I want my design to influence people's life as soon as possible. The third reason is systematic thinking. A lot of digital products actually have many information. So as a designer, you got a chance to organize those information, form the information architecture, and come up with the logic flows that make sense to users. So you actually got opportunities to design this end-to-end experience and understanding the complex system. This forced me to think about a design solution in a more systematic way, and I know my design would influence the whole system. So time flies. I already been at Google for 5 years. I've been in different teams and also designing for different sizes of products. For example, my last team was at Gmail and chat. I got opportunities to design something that actually can influence billions of users. If you're interested in learning my experience of working at Google as a UX designer, comment below and let me know. At Google, there are a lot of UX designers that come from different backgrounds. Some of them have a design degree, and some of them they have nothing to do with design but finally become a designer. And my story of becoming a UX designer might be representative for a group of people who transfer from industrial design to UX design. So hope my experience inspires you. If you have any questions, please comment below. Now, if I look backwards of my UX design journey, there are a lot of moments that I make a small decision that finally lead me to here. And I really enjoy being a UX designer, and I hope this is inspiring to you. There are 4 tips I'd like to share with you, and hopefully this is helpful. First is to find your real passion. For me, it's to observe what really excites me. Second is to accumulate practical experiences, whether they're internship, side projects, or interdisciplinary collaboration with other schools. Those are really helpful for you to put yourself in a designer's shoes and see whether that fits you, whether that's the life you want to pursue. Don't be afraid of trial and error. The earlier you find what doesn't work for you, the closer you find what fits you. And all those experiences in the end will not be wasted. You will find those experiences actually influence your life in the long run and help you to become clearer and more determined. Last but not least, always ask yourself, what is the ultimate goal of your life? What are the things that makes your life meaningful? My goal is simple yet ambitious: to create great products that influence the world. It acts like a lighthouse that encourages me to explore, pursue, and persist in my design journey. So that is the story of how I get into the UX field. Hope it is inspiring to you, and if you like this video, give us a like or comments below. I would love to hear your stories. Please subscribe my channel, click that little bell so you won't miss any new videos. Alright, I'm Vivia, and see you next time. Bye!